You think that's air you're breathing now?
Wax on, wax off.
Are you ready to get woke? Welcome to the Wokest Podcast with your host, Alex Lazarev.
I'm in the booth again. Alright then. Yo, Mama, don't take the vaccine. Papa, don't take the vaccine. 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 Brother, don't take the vaccine. Sister, don't take the vaccine. 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 Children, don't take the vaccine. Kids, don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take it. Youngsters busting rifles from the east side. Ankaka try run and get him feet tight. He cried. Road government off of the seaside. We lock down. Ooh, let he try. He die. Lyrically man madder than Jigga. Show where the gun. Crime scene get rid of. Long time man a killer. Cut out your liver. Show it to the dog and make them name that for dinner. Who the fuck is you? Pfizer, me a the darkest. Who the fuck is you? Chop up, wrap up Moderna in a basket. Wash it, vaccine no want it. 16 me blast it. Nah, miss the target. Walk it, me target. Mama, don't take the vaccine. Papa, don't take the vaccine. 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 Brother, don't take the vaccine. Sister, don't take the vaccine. 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 Children, don't take the vaccine. Kids, don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take it. Your mask who me walk through. Your ass who me blast through. No kung fu, your big clown, your cartoon, your baboon. We are foot soldiers. We walk it. Foot soldiers. We not switch. We not match. Who is remains them axe road me blast through. No vaccines around here me nah do. Pfizer, Moderna, you tools, you fools. My body, my temple, my choice, my rules. Parents not removing your kids from school. Satanic race them want create from you. Only vaccine of vegetables and fruits. Fresh air, fresh ginger, fresh orange, fresh roots. Mama, don't take the vaccine. Papa, don't take the vaccine. 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 Brother, don't take the vaccine. Sister, don't take the vaccine. 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 Children, don't take the vaccine. Kids, don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take the vaccine. Don't take it. The only people the people have is the people themselves. You hear me? The only peoples the peoples have is the peoples themselves. Trick who? Fool who? Don't take the poison.
What's up, children? Welcome back. Oh, Ah, that hurt. God damn. Woo! So, another big week, as usual. What's this? Ooh, it's a flyer from my event from 2 weeks ago. Whoa. Yes. We're doing it again. People are late. What's going on, man? What's going on? It's 11 minutes past. We got hardly anybody in the room. People are slacking off today. What's going on? Is it because I just posted it last minute? Is that why? Is that what's going on? Well, I guess I should say hello to all the people. What's up, T-Roy? Station Creation. I don't remember seeing you in here before, Station Creation. That's a nice name. I like your name. Is it Retard Station Creation? Because you got a picture of a handicapped thing. So are you yourself retarded, or you work with retarded people? I'd like to know. Honk Honk is already talking about supplements. SC returns is always in the house. Hi, Salix. I mean, hi, Alex. Salix. That's funny you should say that. I've been having a week where everybody keeps asking me what they should call me. If they should call me Sasha or Alex. And I keep saying it doesn't matter because it's the same name in Russian. I don't really have even a preference anymore because half the people call me this, half the people call me that. So it's funny that you called me Salix. By mistake. Yeah. Yeah, I like starting with a nice, sick track. That's right. Of course, as the world's #1 hated anti-masker by the mainstream media, obviously, I'm going to be an anti-vaxxer too. Might as well play the track. Might as well go full donkey. I might as well just write an anti-vax song and rap it with Ram C at this point, because it's so clear on where I stand. But that's a good feeling, guys. Knowing where you stand 100% is good. There's no confusion. You know what I'm saying? There's no, gee, I wonder, should I go from the light? Should I not maybe love and unity and oneness and teaching everybody that we're all one infinite consciousness? Maybe it's not the way forward. Maybe I should just go dark. Just just fuck it. Maybe Satan was right. No. 100% is good. No confusion is good. I wonder if the people, the dark forces, are that committed. I wonder if they're also like, nope, definitely slavery, enslaving everyone, killing everyone, getting everyone sick, controlling everyone, abusing children. That's definitely 100% the way. There is no chance we want to go good. I wonder if they're as committed to darkness as I am to light. I wonder. Like, do they have days where they're like, oh God, maybe we should just like give away all our money and just build hostels and just release all the healing technology and let's just help people out. This is stupid. Do you wonder? Do you wonder if they look in the mirror and just like, if George Soros once in a while just goes in the mirror and goes, I might have fucked up. Do you think? Or are they fully committed to evil? Apparently, we're being told that some of the bad guys that are just playing their role as bad guys, that they've actually turned to the light side, and they're working with us now, and we're just seeing a deconstruction of the darkness. But anyway, interesting ponderings. Yes, David Swinton, the truth will come out eventually. Always. On every level, the truth shall be realized, not just in the 3D reality, but the ultimate truth of reality, that we are the one infinite self experiencing itself. That's going to come out too. It's just a matter of time. Depends on how hard you try. Hey, for that one. Depends how hard you try. What's up? Who else we got here? Marcel X-Rock. I don't remember that name. He might be new. What's up, my dog? Neil Toner. I think I remember Neil Toner. I've seen that name before. Jeff MC, what's going on? Kieran, Gaia's daughter. What's up? Kieran, yes, you can still get my book. I just sort of, once in a while, if somebody wants it, they ask me, and I can hook you up on it. So just DM me on Telegram or Instagram, whatever you want. I can hook you up. Hey, look who it is. It's my friend. It's my friend Hida. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. Another local Vancouverite revolutionary. That's right. Pushing the love vibration and trying to protect them kids from the jab and from walking around with a face diaper, separating them from all the other kids and forcing them to live in fear. Another revolutionary. That's funny, Neil. That is funny. Yes, I do love my shirt. It's kind of the whole thing. It really sums up my existence in a shirt. So I wear it a lot. Also, I like giving them away. So when people spot it and go, "Hey, I really like the shirt," I give them the shirt. The shirt is. I think you're asking still about the shirt. It's yeah, the website is up. We've just gotten the shirts. Actually, this has been a project going since like December, January. I think I got the first round. I've just been hugging people and giving them away, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a little love revolution, you know, when people realize I'm just giving them away because I love them, and they can do whatever the hell they want to about it. They can pass along love, or they can donate some money if they want to, or they can just take it and just fuck off. But it's just a gift. It's been really beautiful social experiment, a beautiful practice, a beautiful spiritual practice. For me especially, because I come from, some of my programming and some of my shadows have been around abundance. I've been around lack, because my mother, and I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with this, and I touch upon this sometimes. My mother was deeply traumatized, came from communism in the Soviet Union. And even though she actually was a violinist and quite successful and very talented and made lots of money, like we're talking like in the 90s, making like, $60,000 a year, which was a lot of money. She wouldn't spend any money on me. She would just like hoard all the money, right? She spent on me physical and psychological abuse. That's what she spent on me. Just throwing shit at me and telling me I was no good and it was a shit show. I joke about it in my act a lot. But it was a lot of abuse. And she just had this scarcity thing where like she wouldn't spend any money. Like I had the crappiest clothes. I had my shoe, like just crap. It was just a shit show. And I had to get my own money. I had to paper out from a very young age. I had to work, and which actually was a good thing. But yeah, I had to hustle. But I just didn't get anything from her, at all. And so it was scarcity. It was real scarcity. I had the cheapest, shittiest clothes. And the kids made fun of me. It was a bit of a shit show. So I had to get out of that scarcity mindset in my life, right? That was one of my challenges. And so it's been a big journey of healing and awakening and going from there's not enough and I'm not loved to I am loved and there is enough to I am love itself. And, I am infinite consciousness and there's only love and that is my nature. And I can give away everything that I have because it's all me that I'm giving it to. And there's full abundance and the universe provides everything always has, always will. It's been a big journey, and so this is kind of my ultimate spiritual practice is giving away these fairly not cheap to make organic high quality shirts to anybody who wants one and not ask for money and just say, hey, it's a gift. I want you to just enjoy the gift and pass that love along, Obviously, I'll still take the donation because I'm not a billionaire, but I just trust that it works out and the flow keeps happening and I'm able to keep giving the shirts away. And it's been fucking amazing, actually. It's been amazing. I did a protest in Kelowna a couple of weeks ago with some other speakers and Chris Sky. And I just mentioned the shirts on stage and people went fucking crazy. I think I had 100 of them and they were gone in like 7 minutes. And at the end, I had like just some like double XLs left, and people bought those, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like small girls who are smalls were taking double XL shirts because they wanted the shirts so much. It was insane. So I think it's people really love it because not just what it says, it's the energy behind the message, and that it's made by these amazing women who are being paid well, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It really is about spreading the love, and it's being done in love. So yeah, it's really been impacting people over here in Western Canada. So yeah, so we're almost ready. The shirts arrived in Latvia this week, and last week in USA and Canada in locations where people will be able to ship them to people all over the world. So yeah, we're just touching up the new website, and pretty soon people can just go on the website and get a shirt. So there you go. Nice little rant there about what I've been up to. But it's been great. It's been really amazing. Yeah, it's been really cool. So I'll let you guys know. You guys will know first, obviously. You guys will be the first to know when those are available, so you guys can get one. And then I'll let people know on Instagram. And from there, I don't know what will happen, but you guys will know. So, good people, what are we going to do? I guess we're going to do a little meditation, right? I know you guys want the meditation. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the teaching. There's a download coming. I got the pre-download. It's been coming into my head. So there is a teaching coming. And then we just talk a bunch of shit and hang out. Same as always. I don't know if anybody wants to come talk to me on the show today. If anyone has anything epic they want to share. But if so, you could even have a special guest. Okay. I'm going to have a sip of water. Oops. Shit. Wait. Ooh, it's a little chilly. It's a little chilly today. Okay. All right, kids, sit your butts down. I see a couple more people just came in the room. Your timing is good. You've missed nothing. And we're going to do a meditation together. So that's exciting. How exciting. How exciting. Okay, guys, so just start bringing your attention to your breath. Here's what we'll do. We'll do a special one. I'll share a link with you guys. You can play. If I play it, it's gonna mess it up. But we can play it in the background together. So, so this link here. Oh wait. Here we go. Ooh. Let me just make sure this is correct. Yeah. So for those of you that want some nice music in the background, Choying Droma Compassion Mantra, super dope. I love it. I pasted the link in. So play that for yourselves as we dive in. I actually have a song by her that I could actually share it. Hang on, I think I have it here. That it just goes on forever. It's basically the same song. Let's see if I have it here. I might. I could in theory share it. Let's see. Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? No, okay, never mind. So yeah, you can play that if you like. It's really nice. Or something else. Some chilled background music for you. Everybody likes different things, but he's good. Okay. So, I don't need the music. I don't need the music. I can just enjoy. Okay. So be sitting, preferably. And let's just bring our attention to our breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nothing fancy yet. Just being aware of how good it feels to be present with your breath. Interesting to note that we're always breathing, but very rarely paying attention to this miraculous process that we're all doing, that's happening automatically, that's keeping us here on the planet. Just feeling the air going in the nose and out. Out however it goes. In the nose. And just relaxing the entire body on the exhale. Just really letting go. Just letting go of everything. And if the brain wants to come in with thoughts, just be aware of the thought. No need to go down the rabbit hole. Just breathe it out and let it go. Everything that's happened in the past has already occurred. Nothing to do. Anything that's going to happen in the future is still going to happen. Nothing you can do about it now. Just sitting, just breathing. Taking a moment, feeling your natural field around you, your energy. And just bringing your awareness to a couple of feet in front of you, behind you, above you, below you, and just feeling what is your field like? What is here now? Staying with the breath. Let's connect with all of our relations, all of our brothers and sisters in light. Calling in all of our allies, all of our ancestors. Calling in our spirit guides, spirit masters, the spirit world. All the beings in alignment with the Infinite One Creator. All the beings working with the Creator. All the beings that live by the law of light and the law of love. Higher self. We ask that you be with us here now. We ask for your blessings. We ask for your assistance. We ask for your healing. We ask for your blessing. In this challenging time of the Great Awakening, we ask that you be with us as a steady reminder that we are here on a great mission, that we are all here to assist in the awakening of the species. May we all receive whatever healing energies, whatever assistance is available to us by all of the Brotherhood of Light in this unique time of the Great Awakening. And higher self, brothers and sisters, we ask that you aid us now by helping us remove with our intention any and all non-beneficial energies of any types, any and all non-beneficial entities, spirits, or demonic energies that are affecting any of us in this group. We ask that you remove these energies and send them back to Source, back to the Infinite One Creator, from where they came. We ask this be done in the name of the Infinite One Creator. Please remove any and all non-beneficial energies of any types. Send them back to the light. And taking a few breaths here and really feeling what it's like to be just in your space. This is your field. Nothing else is here now. Nothing else that does not belong. This is just you. So breathe and feel what that's like. And can you just allow the mind to soften and calm down? And just be what you are. Just be the eternal self, the eternal presence, without any thoughts, without any worries, without any planning. Just be the consciousness that you are, just for a moment, and experience what it's like simply to be here now. What were you before the programming, before the worries, before the training, before all the beliefs about being a person, the beliefs about all the things you had to do in this world, all the people you had to impress, and the things you had to accomplish, and everything you had to do to be loved, to be worthy. What was it like to be before all the programs, before all the beliefs? What was it like to be when you were a baby, when you were 2? What was it like to be then? Can you remember what it's like to be presence without the programs? What was it like to be before you came into the body, when you were simply the I am presence? What was it like to be in that moment? And can you remember, can you experience it in this here now moment? Because what you were then is what you were always, and is what you are now. I am awareness, consciousness, bliss, love, forever, experiencing now. Breathing it in, breathing it out. In truth, nothing has changed. You are still that. You've always been that, and you will always be that. You must simply drop the mind, drop the beliefs, and be that which you are. Just breathe into that. You were always this stillness, this peace, this love. And you can remember your nature at any moment. Just breathe. Let's all together set a short intention here to our higher self, to that part of us that is the eternal stillness without the confusing aspects of incarnation. Let's set an intention that we are open to receive any and all downloads that are available to us in this now moment. Just send that out to your higher self, to other aspects of yourself, other aspects of you in other timelines, potentially other versions of you in the past, versions of you in the future. I'm here now in this adventure, and I am open to whatever downloads, whatever information is in the highest for me to receive today. I am open to receive. Thank you for the assistance. Let's just sit for a moment, open to receive whatever downloads are available for you individually today. So, staying with the breath, staying present, sending a big thank you to all our relations and all our light family that are always here with us, but just slightly more present when we tune in. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for looking after us. Thanks for the downloads. And hey, if you like their presence, you can ask them, hey, stick around, hang around more often, be here with us, be here with me as I plow through this fascinating human experience. It is just an experience, and you are the experiencer. So sending your big love out to everyone, taking a couple of last deep breaths, and when you're ready, coming back to the sermon, opening up the eyes, but staying with the breath, and staying in this now moment, and staying present, staying connected. No need to disconnect from the internal peace of the eternal now, just because you're interacting with other people, just because you're talking, or just because you're walking around, or just because you're going to work. The breath is always there, and you are still always the eternal consciousness. It's just a matter of staying connected to your true self, not being sucked away into this reality, not forgetting that you are this, not forgetting the peace of the eternal now, which is your nature. So stay with it for the sermon, and stay with it for the entire day. No need to leave this space. You are that. You cannot actually go anywhere, anytime, because you are everywhere all the time, and the time is always now. And more, as we learn to heal our past wounds, our traumas, and the more we awaken to presence, love as our nature, the more we will experience moments of just being without the thinking, eventually having profound experiences of being without even the illusion of the person, of the personality, of the ego, less and less identifying as this person, more and more just being, just being, just being. If anyone wants to check in, let us know how you're doing. Neil, you are very welcome. He Art, Hila, hello. I remember my first experience of the dropping of the personality of just the being, the intense being, without the illusion of the person. I was in my apartment in London with my partner at the time, and I was standing there, and this intense presence just came out of nowhere, just this being, and I knew I had to sit down very quickly. I sat down, and I was just absolute presence, just being, and I'm just staring at this white wall. I was just there, just staring at this, just absolutely no thoughts, absolutely nothing going on, but just being, just this absolute presence. I'm just staring at this white wall. And everything but this presence just dropped away. There was no person, there was no personality. I didn't know my name. I couldn't remember my name. And I just knew that I wasn't a person, and the idea that I was a person was just gone. It was just gone. There was just nobody there. And I knew that there's nobody here. I was just the presence of staring at this wall. And I kind of, it was great, just being this presence. And, there was somewhere this thought in the back of my head that was like, you were going to go to yoga. And I was like, and the thought came, okay, go to yoga, but don't drop the presence. Don't leave the space. Just keep being the presence and go to yoga. And I was like, okay. So I get up, and before I was able to, I knew that if I walked out and didn't tell my partner that I was leaving, she'd think it was really weird. So I walked into the room, and it was weird to talk because I wasn't a person. So I just was like, hey, I was like, what would a person say if they were going to yoga? I just said, hey, I'm going to yoga now. Bye. And right away she was like, you're weird. What's going on? But I couldn't talk because I didn't know how to talk, and I didn't know who I was. So I just walked out the door, went downstairs, went to the bus stop. I'm just standing there waiting for the bus. Just staring. It's just presence. Nothing going on. Get on the bus. Go a few stops. Get off the bus. Walking. And I almost made it to the yoga class. And then I hear somebody yell out, Sasha! Sasha! And even though I wasn't the person, and it was absurd that anybody believes that they're a person, it was quite ridiculous. I knew that this other person thought I was Sasha, and that they'd think I'm an asshole for not replying to them, even though I wasn't the person. So I decided to pretend to be this person, Sasha, to talk to this other person. And so I turned to them and said, hey, how's it going? And they're like, yeah, I've seen some of your videos, man. And I'm like, thank you. And I absolutely could not talk to them because I was not a person, and I didn't have access to like memories or English or anything. Like, it was fucking weird. It was just presence. So I said, hey, I can't talk right now. But if you Facebook me, I will talk to you. But I can't right now. I have to go to this class. And they said, okay. And I went to the yoga class. And I did the yoga. And it was strange. And about 30 minutes into the class, I eventually sort of came back to some normality of being a person, kind of. But that was sort of the first not on drugs experience of just like out of smack in the middle of nowhere, gone. Just gone. No breath work, not even being in nature. I'd had stuff before, being in nature, but just in an apartment, just nobody there. And that was fun. I was actually reading Jed McKenna's book at the time. I think it was the third one. Yeah, whatever it's called. It's got 3 books. Anywho, but since then there have been many experiences, far more profound. That was just the kind of the first of that kind of clear nature, without really the God realization or self-realization or love or any of those other aspects. Simply the absence of the idea of being a person, very Zen. That was more like, I guess, more like a Buddhist, just sort of a nothingness. But even not a nothingness, it was just a deep presence. But yeah, more along the Buddhist lines, where later came more Christ heart openings, which is more love is all there is. There's only that, forever and ever type of awakenings. But that one was just the absence of the idea that there's a personality or a structure or any of that stuff. That was all gone, Whoa, it's actually a little bit chilly. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on... Actually, no, I guess I can make it. If I disappear, I'll be back. So... So, the download for today is that you all only have one job. And the question for today was, are you doing your job? Does anyone want to guess what your job is? As we're all mainly just meditating in presence, we can hang around and see what you all have to say. Avoiding the jab. That would be funny, because jab is kind of like jobs. Loving. SC87. Nails it! Fletcher knows. Oh! He know! Just to be. Yeah, you guys pretty much nailed it. Just to be the love, specifically, unconditionally, just to be. to be that which you are. And you're already doing it. That's what's so awesome. You're already doing everything that you came here to do because you exist and you're here. Pretty simple, hey? So simple. That's where 5 people just left the room. They said, fuck it. If all I gotta do is be here, I don't need to listen to this bullshit. And they just left. So our job, however, I mean, there is more. I'm not just gonna end it there, because there's a download. That would be a really short one. Hey, everybody, you're it. That's it. That's it. See y'all next week. We can go a little deeper. We don't have to go deeper, but I think you guys want to go a little deeper. The challenge is that it's very difficult to be that which we are in this particular dream reality, because it's a very, very heavy density, and the matrix that we come into has been taken over by forces that are not in alignment with the Infinite One Creator. And that's actually a blessing and a curse. Really, all it means is that it's an advanced game. It's just trickier to connect, to be that which you are. A little bit trickier to remember that you are this in this hologram than maybe if you had come into this hologram 100 years ago, when, you know, they didn't have, it was just different then. A blessing and a curse. It's a curse because we are so conditioned to believe, we're so conditioned to believe that we are not eternal presence, right? The spiritual war that's been going for, my understanding, 6,000 years, let's say very intensely for 2,000 years, and very, very, very intensely for the last, let's say 100, the war on truth, the war on the truth, frankly, the spiritual war, makes it very difficult to remember that you are love. So many distractions, the economic system, right? Gotta work real hard to get these little pieces of paper that allow you to get all these other things, right? The whole system, all of it, all of the matrix, all of the matrix, and the level of brainwashing, the level of control that has been placed on the consciousness of most beings is at its peak, as you can see now. We are at the peak of mind control. But the main thing that has been achieved is to prevent people from recognizing their true nature, from remembering that they are, in fact, eternal love, eternal consciousness, never separate from the Creator. That we are that, just another form of that we are infinite beings. This matrix only exists for one purpose: to prevent you from remembering your nature. And yet, you are still that, whether you remember it or not. So the blessing is because it's so difficult to remember that which you are. When you do remember, it's extra fucking epic. Because the more we go away from the light into the darkness, into the suffering, the worrying, the fear, the separation vibration, as we start to heal and awaken and move towards our true nature as fully healed, fully divine, just love, just presence, the eternal, infinite oneself, experiencing oneself forever and ever, no beginning, no end, infinite forms. As we move into that, the absolute peace and bliss and joy, even in the beginning phases of our awakening, are so earth-shatteringly profound because of the difference, because of the massive, the difference between that truth reality and the false light, fear-based, separation-based reality with which we're presented is so catastrophically different. Even a moment of this truth is unspeakable bliss and freedom from the fear-based, separation-based reality we've been presented with. It's such a black and white difference. So when we truly escape this, we can more appreciate our nature. Now, that's not to say if you were born, some other part in the past when they didn't have this matrix set up, maybe 10,000 years ago. And yes, it would be easier to just be in the love, be in the presence. Your parents weren't so traumatized, they were more present, they were more loving. So it would be an easier life, and it would just be peaceful and blissful and loving and wonderful. And you may achieve liberation much easier. You might just stay in an enlightened state from being a baby. Many beings, why even leave that state, And there are beings that have come and been enlightened the whole time. But it wouldn't have been such a delight remembering your true nature, because you've been happy the whole time. You're born, your parents are awake. There's no matrix, there's no control grid. There's just abundance and love and food, and you don't have to get a slave job and pay taxes and do what you're told. None of the things. This is all a part of this particular, dreamland hologram that we've come into to experience in this particular reality experience. It's very difficult to remember oneself. It's not a game for beginners. This is an advanced game. So, as difficult as it is, the rewards are great. The relief, the absolute relief that comes in the moment of liberation from this dream is unspeakable. There are no words for it. It is like waking up from the most epic nightmare that you ever had. Like imagine the absolute most terrifying fucking thing you've ever had. Like the worst nightmare, like literally like Freddy Krueger's chasing after you. There's like cannibals that just want to like eat you alive or like running after you. It's like this fucking terrible zombie apocalypse. Like it's just absolutely fucking brutal. People are just chasing you. And you're terrified. You think you're gonna die, and you're running and running and running and running, and you're just absolutely terrified. And you wake up, and it's just like a dream, and you're like really, really relieved. Okay, so imagine that your entire life has been a fucking nightmare. And you wake up out of all of it, the entire dream of fear, any idea of separation, any idea that you are limited, any idea that you're a person, or the thoughts, or the worries, all of that, in one moment, you just wake up and you realize none of it was real. None of it has anything to do with what you are. You are literally infinite consciousness, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. No birth, no death, beyond time, beyond space, just infinite being experiencing itself, all worlds, all timelines, all aspects, all life, all sentient beings, everywhere, forever, forever is you. There's no past, there's no future. Weirdly, there's not even a now. It's now, but not really, because it's everything. It's existence forever, without end. And that's you. That is the I am self-consciousness. That's you. Wrap your head around that one, folks. That's awakening. It's always been you. It's always going to be you. There's nothing but you in all of existence. It's all fucking you. Forever. And when you get to that one, there's a reason they call it liberation. It's very liberating, because all the suffering that you've ever gone through, all the worry, fear, doubt, lack of love, blah, 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 none of it is true. None of it was ever real. It was just a dream. Seemed real at the time. It was real intense. But when you wake up, it was just a dream, an experience, nothing more, not reality, temporary, just temporary experience. But you are not that. You are the consciousness that is experiencing all of that. But it's not you. The idea that it could be you is hilarious, because you are eternal consciousness forever. So, getting back to our story, because it's such a heavy reality, very dense, and again, if you happen to be in the Western world and you own a television and an iPhone and you surf the internet and you have a job, blah blah blah, then your reality has been hijacked by forces that are not in alignment with the Creator. Now, you might be living in a jungle somewhere, and you're not affected by those forces at all. You're just in a jungle somewhere, running around, picking fruits, and good for you. But for most of us, I would assume, listening to this, you have been affected by these forces and this experience. But they have no real control over your consciousness. Not really. They can't. because you are the creator of all worlds. You are the infinite source consciousness forever experiencing itself. Only if you choose to allow your consciousness to be manipulated, or you're asleep and unaware, then it will be manipulated. As soon as you take responsibility and even just start to work towards your own liberation, you can take control of your consciousness and be affected less and less by these external forces. And you can start working towards your ultimate liberation, which, by the way, is your destiny and can't actually be avoided. Yeah, that's the fun part. That's one of the things that becomes known once one awakens. This truth is your destiny, to be what you are fully, without all the layers of fear and separation, blah, blah, blah. You're already that. You're already that. You are always going to remember your true nature. That's the game. You forget what you are. It seems like you're not that. There's so much trauma, blah, 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 blah. But in the end, you will remember the truth of your nature. You can't not be what you are. You simply are what you are. Your lack of knowledge of what you are doesn't make you any less of what you are. Ignorance does not change your true nature. It is simply lack of knowledge, lack of self-knowledge. You can never be anything less than infinite consciousness forever experiencing itself. It's simply what is. And you are always being that which you are. But your job is to do the healing work. Your job is to undo that which has been done unto you in this dream world, to heal, to get rid of all the beliefs, all the lack beliefs, all the trauma that has been done onto you. Because this reality, again, it is a fear-based, separation-based, trauma-based mind control system that we are all escaping. But when you start doing the healing, and you start even having just these small glimpses of presence, even just a 3-second presence, no person, and you start to remember your true nature, the grasp this reality has over you starts to collapse very quickly, very quickly. It can have no power over you. It's within the dream. You're the one dreaming the dream. It is you are the eternal consciousness forever. Within this unique body, you're just here for unique experience. But you don't have to worry about the rest of the dream or anyone else's dream. You are all of it. So the only question is, what is your job in this unique body, this unique form? What's your job? Your job is to remember fully what you are. To wake up. That's it. There's no other job. And as a bonus, and it's kind of all tied in together, the best way to actually do your job, that job, the ultimate job, is to use your unique gifts to do, I guess you could call it your sub job, your second job, though they're both very important. Living your unique purpose, doing what you came here to do, other than just waking the fuck up. Right? Whatever that is. But they're linked together, because the more you do that thing, that unique purpose, that unique joy, the more you do that, the more you get inspired, the more you're able to live in that gift frequency and just be that. The more you come into full presence. But full presence, full being is your true nature. And in that full presence of living your gift, you may have profound awakening experiences. Bam! Where you drop the ego and the programming and remember, you are the presence. So, awakening and healing is all there is to do. The more you awaken in healing and remember your true nature as consciousness, then you can spend your time using your unique gifts, whatever they are, to remind other beings they too are this. They too are love. They too are presence. It's a really strange one too, when you really pop, because there's nothing left. There's nothing left to do. You're just that. You're like, oh, okay, awesome. You're just looking at the trees and looking at the birds and fucking weeks, months, actually months of just doing nothing, just like being blissed out fucking states. But at some point, you go, wait a second. There's a reason that infinite oneself took the body, this particular body, and why? Why is that? I actually had a moment of panic where I'm like, fuck, I wanted to do comedy, and now I'm just staring at trees and everything is God, and I can't do anything. I'm just so happy. But eventually, those states of bliss kind of, you come back down into the reality and you go, no, wait. There's a reason I came into this particular body and I'm funny and I have these skills. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, there's a point here. Okay, good. There was a point. And so you get on with it and you do what you came here to do. And for me, it's being the love and reminding all beings we are this. And I go around doing it in my own fun ways, telling jokes, giving away t-shirts and hugging the shit out of people. Starting this clothing company, it's taking forever. Doing these live streams for 38 humans. Hey, if you 38 humans get a little closer to remembering your nature, you can change a lot of lives out there. So I do it in my little ways of doing it and making fun of it. There's a funny video coming out next week, in fact. That's very funny. I've been working on. I think it has a chance of making people giggle and realize they've been duped. And in some way, shaking up their reality from humor. Maybe getting them closer to remember. We'll see. Oh. Yeah. I mean, for most people in this incarnation, your job is to just come and use your unique gift to live your purpose. Why did you come? Be that. Live that. Be your joy. And that will inspire others to be their joy. But for me, in particular, I came to fully wake up. Yeah. Nothing else mattered to me other than waking up out of the dream. So that was a big one for me. and then now to remind others that they are this also. But on an ultimate level, not necessarily in this lifetime. Not everybody necessarily is going to attain liberation in its full, while being on the planet. I think it's a unique experience that happens to many, to some. It doesn't happen. Yeah, it's not happening all the time. I was a freak. I was obsessed with. That was my destiny. That's why I was obsessed with it, because it was my destiny. I had to wake up out of the dream. But ultimately, all beings will remember that they are that. It can't really be avoided. But not everyone in this incarnation. Could be wrong. Maybe everybody. That would be fucking dope if everybody gets it this round. That would be really cool. Maybe. When you leave the body, you will know that you are love and that you are eternal and that there's no death, for sure. For sure. You will know. But the idea is to find out before you leave the body, right? Because the more you connect with that which you truly are, while still here, then you can bring that truth, that peace, that love into everything that you're doing. And you can have a hell of an experience to live without fear, because you know the truth. That's the point. That's the point of the spiritual path. Get it before you croak. Okay? Get it before you croak. Doesn't mean you have to go all the fucking way, but just, hey, being able to sit and meditate for 10 minutes a day and to connect with that eternal consciousness that is without worries, just to be that. That may be enough for many. But it is good to have a profound awakening experience, to really tap into that. Yes, Mr. Neo Doom. Neo Doom. I'm about to say something to a man called Neo Doom, which in itself is kind of funny. Kind of funny. Slightly funny. But, Mr. Neo Doom, I can tell you this. Hang on a second. I need to watch this 13-second message, because it's about a meeting. And I'm back. Yes, I learned how to use the mute button. Have a meeting later. So, yes, you are only responsible for your own awakening and living your own purpose fully. And you just shine your light as bright as you can. And you hope that others will come to you and say, hey, you sure seem happy doing your thing, and so what's the secret? What are you doing? Is there a secret? Which is an invitation for you to say, shine your light, find your purpose, do what you're here to do. And if you need some help, there's this great podcast called the Woke as Fuck Podcast. There's this guy, Sasha. He does meditations. He's fantastic. You need to go check him out. He's great. He can help you. No, that's your invitation. Well, maybe that. To offer whatever insights you have. You might say, hey, do you like to read? There's this great book. You would like it a lot. It's called Conversations with God, or Autobiography of a Yogi, or there's this guy called Eckhart Tolle. You should go read and check him out. Or have you tried meditation? You know, it's your opportunity to feel into where the person's at, actually, and see if, like, maybe they're not that present. You can ask them if they've meditated, or ask them if they've ever done a yoga class, or, you know, if they seem a little bit unhealthy and maybe a little overweight, you go, hey, bro, have you ever heard of fasting? It's great. It helps me a lot. You should look into it. Fasting is awesome. Or whatever. But yeah, you just live your truth, man. You just live your truth. And other beings have their free will. And their free will cannot be interfered with. They will experience whatever they're here to experience. But have faith in that when they do eventually decide that they want to align their will with the will of the Infinite One Creator, and they pray and they ask for help, they will be heard. They will be received. The Infinite One Self is everyone. It's all of us. It doesn't leave anyone behind. It doesn't go, oh, this guy's a fucking dick, so we'll just ignore what he wants and we'll give him, like, no. We're all that. Nobody's left behind. And so your wife or friend or father or mother or whoever else you're worried about, when they, of their own volition, decide that they want to align to that which they are, and they want to remember what they are. They want to know. They want to know God. When they really call out for help, they will be heard. And if a miracle is required, a miracle will transpire. Sometimes it's going to be subtle. But everybody is always looked after. Everyone is loved. And sometimes that love looks like, 10 years of getting the shit kicked out of you and being in an abusive relationship, or being addicted to drugs, or having people die on you, or many, many, many things. Yeah, it's a shit show. It's a shit show down here. But the experiences that we choose to go through are the ones that are required for our spiritual awakening, actually. We don't randomly come into random bodies for random experiences. We choose the bodies and we choose the experiences. And we are all living through the lessons and experiences we chose for ourselves that are ultimately for our spiritual growth. Though once we're in the body and we have free will, we can try and choose to avoid those, or we don't understand why they're happening and we're angry and we're yelling and blah blah blah, and it's confusing. Yeah, of course it's confusing. It's very confusing down here. It's very confusing to forget who you are and what you are and be in this dreamland being fucking clueless, because in all other realities we know where we are in our spiritual development, right? We don't forget. Here we forget, and then you have to remember. It's a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, so I just remembered. That's all. You and me and all other beings are the same Infinite One Self. Some of us are just a little further along in our process in this particular, you know what I mean? This one hologram of remembering. And those of us that remember many, our role is to help others remember also. Not everyone. Some of them run off into a mountain and meditate, the arahats, and they just hold a high vibration, and they don't need to leave the cave when they do that. And I actually had a couple of months period after my awakening where I actually wanted to run into a cave as well, because there was no point to anything, because everything was me, and everything was God, and what's the point? So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go in a cave. But after further getting through the dark night of the soul, my role is to, is the bodhisattva path, as many of us. And my role is not to go into a cave, although I've done that one before. My role is to be very much in the world and do these things and events and everything that I'm doing, to be in the world and to share with all beings that are requesting a little assistance in remembering their nature. So here I am. It would be easier to be in some cave and just meditate and be with God, meditate all the time. It's a pain in the ass living in a city, dealing with all the things and all the energies I'm very sensitive to. I want to run away sometimes. But I serve the Infinite One, Self-Creator, and I do what I'm told. And this is it. It's not really up to me. And it's a real relief, actually, when you get to that point in your own awakening where you realize it's not about you or what you want. It's not about that. It's about serving the self with a big S. We're all just serving the one self. And it's finding how you can serve that one self in your own unique way, right? For some, it's just being an awesome mom. For some, it's being an awesome fruit picker and doing it with love and being present in your fruit picking, and then other people will eat that fruit you've picked and feel that vibration of love that you've done in this service of picking fruit. It is no less important picking fruit than coming up with an invention that will cure millions of people, or doing a podcast that may help other people awaken, or sewing shirts, being in a factory and making these amazing t-shirts that people need to wear, or any of it. It's all the Infinite One Self. It's how you do it. It's being at service to the self and doing any action. And what we're seeing now is, well, that was a good crack. You might have heard that one. It was really good. Oh! We're just seeing more and more beings now that have had enough of the separation-based reality, that are moving into the light, into the truth, that want to remember what they are, who they are. And as they do, they will also come into service for the Infinite One Self. And this will keep going and going and going until the majority of beings are at service to that one. And it will just be weird to run into people who are not at some point. That is the future of our reality. If we run into people who are still in fear and trauma, we will just look at them and say, hey, did you not remember yet that we're all one consciousness? We love you. And you can just come over here and join us at any moment. Or you can continue to experience fear and separation, and not being enough. Or you can join us over here and we can help you in whatever ways necessary for you to remember your nature. So we're heading into all beings remembering. And when you are at service to the Infinite One Self, all of these things you were worried about before, like people liking you, or how am I going to pay the rent, or all of this shit, it really kind of goes away, because the more you give, the more you share love, the more you give yourself to the love agenda, the agenda of that Infinite One Self, well, you're just taken care of. You're taken care of. That's where the synchronicities come in. But they're not really synchronicities. We're all just the same one being. And that one being takes care of beings that are serving that one being. Takes care of everyone. But when you really let go of your personal agendas and you just give yourself to that infinite one self, it's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing. Everything is actually provided for you miraculously. It's crazy. But it takes steps for most, right? To actually fully let go into that is very difficult to do. And so it's a process. And for me, it was a multi-year process of letting go, trusting a little bit more, letting go of something else, some belief or some relationship or some, even a business, whatever, just letting go. Trusting more. I'm looked after. I'm loved. I'm enough. Letting go, all the way more. Till eventually you're just like, fuck it. I'm just doing it. There's nothing else. But it's a process, and we're all on it, and you're all on your own unique journey. As mine was unique. You're all on it, and I'm here to help in any way that I can. So that was enough ranting for me. Jesus, somebody shut this bloody guy up. I'm going to scroll down. If anyone has a question, I'm happy to answer. I'll do maybe one, and then I'd like to maybe have something to drink and maybe some fruit or something. It's almost noon. I try and usually fast till noon. And it's almost noon, guys. It's almost noon. It's time for my little treat. Let's see here. Lovestream Media. Yeah, that's good. I flirt with the idea of renaming the podcast because, like I'm out there and I'm like, people are like, they want to interview me for something, right? They're like, what do we put in your intro? And I'm like, yeah, I'm the host of the Woke as Fuck podcast. It's just like the term got taken over. I don't like swearing in the name anymore. It's just like, so we might have to do a rebrand. So what you just said actually resonates. Lovestream Media. That's good. That's good. I like that. Oh my God. Artlix, where are you, bro? That's fucked up. Where is that? Remember, this absolute insanity that we're in now was required for beings to choose love, for beings to choose freedom and sovereignty over oppression and fear and all this. So we have to go through this period to make a choice. Will we follow the truth, love, presence, God, righteousness, or will we continue to follow beings that are not in alignment with the infinite one self creator? Everything that comes with the ego, money, greed, power, fame, all those things. Just getting more for ourselves, and continue. Will we continue to allow our consciousness to be dictated by the media, by other people's agendas? Or will we start to listen to our own inner knowing? So that is a decision now that must be taken by all of our brothers and sisters that are currently incarnated in bodies. And we all have free will. So will we choose another way? Will we choose to align ourselves with the infinite one self-creator? Or will we choose to continue living out of alignment with our true nature? But your suffering ends the moment you choose to align yourself with the Creator. Seriously, I mean, that's a bit of a mind fuck for some, but I'm telling you right now, when you really go, okay, that's it, fuck it, it's about helping other people. Even though you're not perfect, and even though you may not be whatever. Nobody's fucking perfect, okay? You got problems, we all got problems, we all got shit going on. But when the undertone of your life is to assist other beings in whatever way you can, then that is your job. As consciousness, that is actually your job. To assist other beings because you know they are you. When you start living that, everything changes. There's no need for you to suffer. There's no need for you to be confused. You know your role. You know what you are, and you know your role to help other beings also live their gifts, live their passion, to be that love in this world. And you can start doing it even before you've had a profound awakening, even before, it doesn't matter. Any time is the right time to start serving the Creator. You know what I'm saying? And even when you start serving the Creator, it doesn't mean your healing journey is over. It doesn't mean you're awakening. No, it's just you're using your life force energy for the greater good of the Infinite One Self, which is you. It's actually self-serving, but serving the real self, consciousness, not the small ego self, the separate being that lives and dies, that needs things, that wants people to like it, that needs attention, that needs respect, or that promotion, or the latest whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's not you. That's never been you. Awakening is just realizing that was never you. You're not that. You're not that person. You're not that construct of thoughts and worries and wants. You're none of those things. It's ridiculous. It was just an experience. Yeah, have the experience of being that person. And when you're ready to wake the fuck up to the truth of reality, that you are the dreamer, that you are infinite love, infinite consciousness, just having an experience, when you choose to be on that path for real, believe me, other aspects of that Infinite One Self will help you. Teachers will show up. Teachers will show up. In the flesh, you'll meet other beings. Miracles will happen. Everything will happen that you could ever desire. I mean, it's ridiculous. Just give up on the idea that you are in control of your awakening, that you are running your life, that you have any fucking power of any kind as the person. You don't have any fucking power as the person. You can't do shit as the person. It's just an ego. It's hard work. And you're just pushing up against other egos, and you're never going to fucking accomplish anything. Nothing. Drop the idea that you can do anything as a person, because it's just your fucking ego. Give it all to Source. Everything. And when you recognize you are that, you are an instrument, a hand of the Infinite One Self. And when you are truly at service to that, then, as that Infinite One Self, you can achieve great things. Anything, in fact, if it is truly in service of that one self for the benefit of all beings. But it's not you doing it at that point. It's not you. It can never be you. You are the self. That one, through you, is accomplishing all things, all great things. But you can't take credit for it. It's not fucking you. As soon as you think you're doing anything, you lost the plot. Give it up. Give this idea up that you're doing something, you're in control, you're going to achieve. You're not going to achieve shit. God is achieving everything always. And you are that. But until you really have the big awakening, and you really know, just trust. Just give up. Just give up little bits as much as you can. Every opportunity you can to trust a little more. See what happens if you just have faith a little more. And some of you will have opportunities to have big leaps of faith, quitting a job that's not in alignment with who you are, and trusting that another source of income will come in. Yeah, it's a big one. It's It's a big one. Trusting that if you leave a romantic relationship that you know is not truly serving you, that is not in your highest, trusting that you will manifest another one, the one you truly want, that's truly your heart's desire. Yeah, that's a big one too. But you either trust in the plan or you don't. You either know your true nature and trust in the Creator, or you don't. But the letting go, for me at least, came in small steps, small letting, you know what I mean? More and more and more and more. It wasn't a one moment thing. It was just more letting go, more letting go, more letting go, more trusting, more trusting. And even after this person that was in this body attained liberation, even after that, there was more letting go, because you find yourself in a life that was created by the ego, actually. So I still had relationships and agreements and all these things that were not in alignment with service to the infinite oneself. So even after liberation, it was still required that I make changes. And yeah, it's not like you're fixed. And the human body still has traumas. The mind it still comes back in, not the same, but there's still a mind. You still have ingrained habits, all these things, you know. And it's never over. It's never over. It's just levels of awakening, levels of ego death, levels of realization. There's no end. You know, as long as you're, you know, in a human body, there's still more. Only when one attains full Christ consciousness, level 1000, hey, then you're in a light body. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not all the way yet. My spiritual teachers, some of which are fully realized beings, they're not all the way yet, and they know it, and they're okay with it. They're just like, yep, still going, you know. The clothing company I'm launching, the back of this shirt, I think I'm wearing a spiritual baby one. Am I? What's on the back of this shirt? No, it's not one. Anyway, so the clothing company I'm launching soonish, I'm working on it. It's called the Spiritual Baby, because whatever level in your healing and awakening you get to, you're a fucking baby. And we're all babies. We're all spiritual babies, always learning, always growing. It was a big download that came in. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to call it a company, because it's a company that's about spreading spiritual messages and love throughout the world. So I'm going to call it Spiritual Baby, to remind everybody we're all fucking spiritual babies. Compared to the Creator, we're all that. So what a nice reminder to stay humble and keep learning and growing, no matter where we are in our journey. Right? Look, I found a hair. Look, can you see it? I don't think you can see. Talia Nani, that's a funny comment. That made me laugh. Yeah, that's a really interesting one, Fletcher. It is weird. I look at photos of me from 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and I can see the ego. I can see the worry, the unsettled nature of it, you know, how it wants something so badly. You know, I can just see it. I see it now. The other day I was randomly came across a kind of an old friend's Facebook picture, and I could see not just the ego, I can see the dark entities that are attached to him. It's all very clear. And I messaged him like, yo, bro, check out my podcast where you can remove the things because you've got some energies. But yeah, I can see the ego. So when I look at pictures and it's creepy and I see it, I'm just like, that's not me. I was there, but it wasn't really me. It was diluted. It was like, you know, it was... It's just that the ego was also there very much. So you're there, and the ego is there. But when you think you're the ego, you see, it's a very different experience. Existence is a very different experience from that space, because you're still trying to get your whole life. When you're really in the ego consciousness, which is, sorry guys, I don't want to insult y'all, but is everybody, until you really go through some big deaths. Big deaths. So you're always wanting something. Quick impression of the ego. Wanting, but not getting. He's a funny joke from my bro, Adil. I don't think he's watching today, but it's a funny joke. And so, the ego, it's just, you want something, and you think when you get something, then you're going to be complete. No. You'll never be complete, because that which you think you are is a fucking illusion. It's a construct of ideas. It's not you. A construct, a bunch of beliefs that are not you. And so you're trapped because you believe you are something which you are not. You're fucked. And there are many beings who can structure and, they can improve their life and get a nice job and get a nice relationship and all these things and have a great life and be very, very happy. But you still believe yourself to be this identity. Now, you might have a great identity. You might have a great job. Oh, I'm a writer and I make lots of money and I have a beautiful partner and life is great. But you still think you're a person. You think you're going to die. You believe that there's an end to your existence. And so there is still going to be some fear, some level of attachment, because you believe fundamentally of your nature to be something that it's not. So there's going to be issues with that. Some people have more issues than others. So that's the awakening. That's the awakening. Remembering your true nature as the consciousness, which you're already being. But stop identifying as this fucking asshole that has to do all this shit to be accepted and loved. You don't have to do shit to be loved. You are love. You are existence. Forever. There's nothing you need to do to be worthy. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. But to truly feel that and to experience that, you might have to do some healing. You might have to do some processes. Some of you might work with plants. Some of you might just go and be at service and love other beings, and that's the way that you'll remember your nature. Some of you might read profound books, which I've been talking about for the last fucking years and years. And somewhat, whatever. We've all got our own paths. But as long as you believe to be yourself to be a person, and you believe yourself to be this ego, there will be some level of suffering. So anyway, to answer your question, yeah, it's hilarious. I look at pictures of me and I go, fuck, it was so heavy. My ego was so heavy. I had a big one, man. I was so arrogant and such a dick. Like, Jesus Christ, just like fucking hell. It's like the aspects of my unique personality, which are here because, they're to be used for the service of the Creator. And I was using them to a degree. as being this character, some of you are aware of my past self as Sasha, Sasha the dating coach. I was there, but a lot of other bullshit was there. That part of me that was trying to be loved, that was desperately seeking to connect with the feminine, that desperately needed to heal my wounding with the feminine. That part of me that needed to prove myself that I was good enough was very much there. So many aspects, but again, lack of self-love, lack of self-knowledge, so the greatness, the spark of consciousness, of wonderfulness, that was all there. And yet the heaviness of the ego and its wanting and its striving and its the lack of love, that was also there. And you can see it at least I can. I think probably most of you guys can see it. If you look at someone's photo, you can just see. You can just see where they're at. Unfortunately, most people are so disconnected from their hearts and from the self that they're unable to see where people are coming from. How are politicians even able to pull off all this shit? How you know what I mean? Like you can't see through this shit? Come on, guys, really? But hey, it's all good. Well, we'll get there in the end. In the end, your liberation is guaranteed. That's the thing, guys. Your liberation is guaranteed. But how much of your true nature do you want to be experiencing now? Now. Because the joy and the peace and the bliss is now. Not when you get something or achieve something in the future. It's always now. It's always here now for you. You are now forever. And so the more you heal, the more you awaken, the more you connect with the will of the Creator, the more you realize that's actually your will, and it's actually the one will, because you are that. And the more you allow yourself to be at service to that will, the more joy, the more peace is here for you. Is any of this making sense? God damn, we're coming up on a 2-hour sermon. You guys remember the good old days? I used to do like 3-4 hours. I was crazy back then. I was crazy. I wasn't as busy as what I did. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It can get emotional. But it's your journey. It's beautiful. Yeah. That's an interesting analogy there. Sure. Witty Woo, glad you're joining us. Hello. That's funny. That made me laugh. Wait a minute, I can actually have another relationship after me. Yo, I'm stealing that from my comedy. Can I steal that? I give credit to you, Random Beauty. Tell me your name at least, so then I can credit you properly. That's funny. I presume you mean the relationship with the Infinite One Creator. Hey, I love you too. Tala Nani. Yes, it's funny how some people find me. Yes. It's funny. It's like a secret. It's a secret cult. You're all in a, it's about 50. Let's be honest. It's about 50 people. Probably maybe a couple hundred. Maybe a few hundred that listen to the podcast. Very small cult group. but a great cult. A great cult. But it is funny how people get into the show. It's funny. That's funny. Know your role and shut your mouth. Yeah. Know your role as an extension, a part of the Creator, as love. And your role is to remember what you are and then spread love to everybody else. Woo, woo, woo. It's so simple. It's really simple, guys. It's really simple. It's really simple. Okay, so what are we going to do? I guess we have to do something. This has been going on a long time. This was a hilarious message. It made me giggle. Oh, a nice message here from Phil. Phil Emmons, thank you. Thank you. I accept my ego. What's left of it will take anything. My ego, it's really struggling to be here, guys, after all the awakening. So any nice things you can say to give that ego a sense of significance so it can feel something, please tell the ego how great it is. Absolutely. It needs that, guys, because there's not a lot over here left. So yes, thank you. Sasha thanks you for the love. It's a fucking creepy question here. I saw this question before. I didn't say anything. Sasha, would you think that the needle deaths would be considered similar or even rapture? That's fucking creepy, man. I don't know, man. It's a really weird situation, humanity is in. It's very fucking weird. I have jokes in my stand-up. I don't know if you guys know. I do funny things. I am Alex the Comic on Instagram. You all know that already, of course. Anybody who's 2 hours into a fucking Sunday sermon knows I'm on Instagram. But but interestingly, I don't really tell the Instagram people that I'm over here. I drop hints here and there, but they're not ready for this shit. They're like, this guy's funny and he wants to wake people up. Yeah. But this podcast, they might think I'm crazy. I don't know if they're ready for it. So I don't really tell them. But some of them will find us here. Maybe. But I joke in my comedy. People are freaking out. They're like, people are gonna die. Some people are gonna die. They don't realize they're killing themselves. Listen, we've been killing ourselves for a long time. This matrix that we're in, killing ourselves. Come on, guys. It's all designed to get people sick, enslave their minds, get people sick, and get them to slow suicide. Humans are supposed to live to 120, at least. So nothing new is happening here. It's just an acceleration of what was already happening in this matrix reality. I believe in acceleration that's happening by divine guidance so that we wake the fuck up quicker. And we are. But I joke in my act that, when people realize, like, oh, like it's a messed up situation if you get the jab and then you realize what's up. And you're like, oh, fuck, you might be leaving the planet over the next couple of years. You think you're going to make it to 70 or 80 and, you're 30, let's say, and you got the jab because it's on the news and you're like, well, it must be fine because people on the TV told me to do it. And you do it. And then you go watch some of the, some scientist guy talk about, actually, kind of like spike proteins attack like your heart and other bits. And, some people might not make it. And you start flipping the fuck out. So my joke is, I've had some deep spiritual experiences, and even though you might be on your way out, don't worry. I can assure you, reincarnation is a thing. So you'll be back. Yeah. You done fucked up this round, but you'll be back. But actually, a higher truth is this. Consciousness has no limitations, no limits. You are here to experience whatever you choose to experience in your own soul's evolution and journey. So, even if you, as eternal consciousness, were brainwashed, confused, you didn't know what was going on, you took the jab, or you did anything, and you realize, oh shit, you're about to leave the body. You've done something stupid. You could have accidentally eaten some poison berries or done some other dumb shit, whatever. And you realize, oh fuck, I'm going to die. Oh no. If in that moment you become aware of what you've done truly, and you realize it was a mistake, and you call out to the Infinite One Creator Self and you go, God, no, actually, I want to live. I want to live. And you start taking action, whatever that may be, to heal or undo whatever you've done, the stupid thing that you've done. Chances are you will recover and you will be able to continue having this experience. As long as you are at service to the Infinite One Self, and you have a purpose here, and you wish to do that purpose, you will not be removed from having this experience. The Infinite One Self is not a dictator. It doesn't end lives that want to be here. When the soul is finished and no longer wishes to be here, then, yes, you can exit, and you do exit. But if you wish to be here, on a soul level, you will be here. And so even the beings that have made mistakes, and they come to recognize that they have been deceived, and they wish to still be here, their will as consciousness, their will as extensions of the Infinite One Creator, they will be able to stay in the body if that is their decision. And some will not make that decision. Some will choose to go. Some souls are not ready for the new world. Some souls are not ready for a world based in love and unity. They're not ready for it. And they're going to exit this dream world. And that's okay. But the ones that want to stay can stay. But you, yeah, I'm talking to you, Knuckleface, if you're still in the room with the wife. You can't force anybody to stay or go. You don't have that power. You can only choose for yourself what you wish to do. But worry not. All beings have access to the same power. They just have to choose to recognize it. That's a choice that they have to make on their own. All right, you crazy kids. I think that was a good rant. That was a good rant. I'm surprised you guys made it through. I mean, really, guys. Oh yeah, real briefly, I saw this comment. I didn't say anything. Why do some destroy others and others destroy themselves if we're all one? The beings that are running around destroying themselves and destroying others, that's not the Infinite One Self Creator. That's the ego. The ego actually, this is a long discussion, but the ego actually wants to be God and hates God and is pissed because it knows it's not real fucking, it knows it's not really real. So the ego will actually try to destroy the self, the consciousness. And so when people commit suicide, the ego is kind of going like, fuck you, look how powerful I am, I'm going to kill God because God, so somebody will commit suicide. But actually, it's just the ego killing itself. The consciousness can't be harmed ever. So the ego is a motherfucker, and it's going out there and it's doing its thing, and it feels a sense of power sometimes by destroying other egos. And the ultimate sense of power would be to destroy God. Everything is God. And so the ego thinks, look how powerful I am. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy this, even destroying itself. Look at me. I'm going to destroy this beautiful body, this temple of God. Look how powerful I am. I'm going to destroy it. Pretty fucking crazy, huh? Yeah, you got to be pretty disconnected from source to want to hurt yourself or other beings. But again, the ego, it can be very disconnected. Yes, it can be very disconnected. So that's the short answer. I could go on, but that's the short answer. It's always the ego. Any being in alignment with the self would never harm any other being, because all beings are the self. So it would make just as much sense as you taking your left hand, taking a knife, and stabbing your right hand. Like, and if you did that, people would be like, "Are you out of your fucking mind? Why would you stab your own hand?" Well, it's just as insane to harm any other sentient being, because all beings are the self. All beings are one. There's no difference between you and me or anyone else. To quote Yeshua, one of my favorites, the only difference between you and me is that I have recognized that there is no difference between me and the Father. Married on that one, motherfucker, the true teachings of Yeshua, which is, I'll spell it out for you, for if anybody needs a little assistance. I and the Father are one, which means I am. God is, and I am, is reality. And the only difference between you and me is that I know there's no difference between me and the Father, and you think there's a difference. There's not. But it's cute that you think so. And your awakening is you realizing there's no difference. Never was, never could be. It's all the one thing, forever and ever, never, never, never. All the one thing. No end, no beginning, just the one thing. Fun, right? So then you can play. When you realize that, you can play, because you can do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But when you really realize what you want, at least for me, is to help other beings remember also. Because there's no need for the suffering. There's no need at all for any suffering, any lack. It's all bullshit. The world is fully abundant. We have everything here. More sun and water and food. You think about it. You take the seeds, you plant them, and they fucking food grows. You plant bamboo, it grows. You can build yourself a house. We don't need to be in lack. It's crazy. But the world has been by certain forces, and they're running a certain program. But that is within consciousness. And so beings that awaken to their true nature and are at service to the Infinite One's self are no longer subject to any of the rules of the illusion being perpetuated by the beings that are out of alignment with the Creator. That's just a side stream that's actually almost like a feeder. It's like a feeder event. You know what I'm saying? It's there and to grab the souls and fucking constrict them, and then the souls will go, actually, no, this can't be the truth. I want to wake the fuck up out of it. Bam. Then they wake up. Now they're at service to the Infinite One Self-Creator. You cannot be affected by that once you're in alignment with the Self. Impossible. It has nothing to do with you. It was only relevant when you were in it, and you needed that darkness and that control, and you needed to be in that to be forced to make a choice. Actually, there must be a better way. There is. There's a better way. And so it's served its purpose for you. It's over for you. Suffering is already over for you, because you know you are not this. This world has nothing to do with you over here. It's just something happening within consciousness that ultimately is just an opportunity for you to pop out of it and choose the light out of the darkness. That's what the Matrix is. It's just over here. All of consciousness, all of existence is all yourself forever and ever and ever, love experiencing itself. And this planet and that, even that one stream of consciousness, whatever you want to call it, the news, governments, whatever, that one field. Yeah, you gotta work, you're not good enough, and you need to make money, and you need to pay your taxes, blah, 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 blah. All that whole fucking stream, it's just a stream, a tiny, tiny minute stream within consciousness. And it has you as long as it has you. And as soon as you go, okay, great, so this is bullshit. This is separation from self, separation from the Creator, lack of love. Fuck this is not the truth. This is some bullshit. And whatever, bam, you pull out of this, you read your first spiritual book, You do your first meditation, take a bunch of mushrooms, whatever it is, you have your experience and you're like, oh, that's some bullshit. You're done with this. This doesn't have anything to do with you. But it still may be serving others who need to suffer a little bit more, need to be in that separation a little bit more before they go, no, this can't be the truth. Truth is over here. You're done. When you're done with this, you're done with it, guys. Understand this. You're done. It's finished. It doesn't matter what other beings are suffering. It doesn't matter what other beings still need to experience that separation for them to pop out into the light. You're done. You're done as soon as you decide to be done. As soon as you decide to be at service to the Infinite One Self Creator, you're done with all of that. It doesn't affect you. You're in another timeline, another reality. God is and I am that. That is your mantra. That is your truth. And you are at service to all other beings in any way, in any shape, in any capacity that is presented before you. Believe me, you will, as soon as you decide to be at service, the Creator, which is just you, will be sending you opportunities for you to help other aspects of yourself. Even if you're right at the beginning of your spiritual journey, you might have just read your first book. You might have just been like, oh, Sasha said read Conversations with God. So you might be halfway through your first spiritual book, Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch, and you're having your mind rocked, and you're like, oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, holy shit, I'm not the ego. Oh my God, I am supported. You're just halfway through the fucking book, and you're ready, but you're way ahead of somebody who hasn't even started asking the question. And the universe is going to send you somebody at the fucking grocery store who's going to look at you and say, hey, what's that book? Or, hey, you seem happy. How are you having a nice day? And you'll get into a conversation, and they'll say something like, yeah, I don't see the point of life anymore. And you'll know to say, hey, man, have you read any good books lately? There's this book I'm reading now. It's super dope. It will change their whole fucking life. You will be used as soon as you decide to be at service. You will be used, and you don't have to worry about everyone who is still in the old world. That whole world is fucking collapsing, and it's going to get really bad to crush people to the point where they have no choice but to make another choice, but to seek within the kingdom of heaven. And that world will go on as long as it needs to. We're already here in the new world. It doesn't have anything to do with us. We're here. We're building the new world. That's it. Find your gift. Do what you love. Build the new world. And so we're here to welcome all the souls when they realize that's some bullshit and they come over and they go, wait a minute. We're here to go, oh, yes, welcome, brother. Come give me a hug. Everything's okay. That was all some bullshit. You can just, don't worry about all that. Find your purpose. Heal yourself. You are fully supported by the Infinite One Self Creator. Go and live your life. Build the new world. But we can't force those souls out of that. They need to be in there as long as they need to be in there, and suffer as long as they need to suffer before they decide there must be another way. And they will. Believe me, they fucking will. Yep. And we just hold space. Is any of this making sense, folks? Is any of this? Hello, McFly. Hello. Is anybody home? By the way, there were some good bits in this one. If anyone has the time to go through this and actually write the Cliff's notes on like what were the good rants and shit, that would be useful. If you want to get in my good books, reach out to me, and then I have somebody who will take a good clip and then maybe put it in other places and stuff. But if somebody has like time to go through this and you want to do that, I'll just thank you. That's it. I will bless you. I'll bless the shit out of you. But that's all you get. Then reach out to me. It would be great. Because actually, it's on my to-do list to take some good clips and put it on, maybe on my Instagram, maybe on a couple other places, so people can go, hey, maybe there's something for us in this, and then we can help other people, maybe, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, if they get a little tuned into this. But you all know how to find me on the Telegram. I'm not hidden, so hit me up. In fact, just hit me up. Hit me up. Post in the group that you want to volunteer, and I'm there. Yeah, it's true. There were people that lived 1,000 years. There are still beings that are over 1,000 years old here now, as well. And I can tell you now. Yeah. Somebody commenting about my gray hair. You know, it's funny. Like, I'm less. It's always the same. It's always the same. I stopped aging. I don't know if you guys noticed. I totally stopped. It's so good. But yeah, you can live as long as you need to, man. Again, if you're at service to the Creator and you're living your gift and your passion and you're making a difference and you're rocking it here on a soul level, you're happy, your soul's happy, you're doing it, no need to leave the body. No need to leave the planet. It's when you're fucking bored and you're wasting your life away and there's no point in you being here and the soul is actually suffering because there's nothing. Then the soul's like, no, we're done. And you exit. Yes. Then you will exit. But there's no need for you to exit. And if you're at service and you're doing your thing, you will be here a long time. But you can start enjoying every moment of your life right now. Get at service. Well, I don't think I erased any of the sermons. I might have unlisted some of them from my main channel because we were sort of doing the channel cleanup. But now that you reminded me, I can have somebody download those and put them up somewhere else. I don't know where I put them up, but yeah, if people want, I mean, are people still going through the old ones? Fuck, because I'm doing fresh ones each week, and I'm obviously more woke now than I was back then. But yeah, if people ask me, I can, we can still find those old ones. They're around. I didn't erase them though. I might have made a few unlisted only on my main channel because it was a dating business channel, and so, I did these crazy spiritual rants, and it was freaking some people out. They were like, "What the fuck? We came here because we want to meet chicks, and you're talking about we're all God. Like, what the fuck?" And people were getting weirded out. So I'm just like, okay. We're trying to run a business here. I'll unlist those ones. And my intention was actually to take those and list the ones that we've unlisted and put them up somewhere so people can still watch them because they're still there unlisted. So I can have somebody do that and we can just post it up on the Woke website or the Woke Telegram group. Just be like, these are the unlisted old ones if anybody gives a shit. I'll do that. I can have someone do that. It's no problem. Glenn. I remember you, Glenn. What's up, man? What's up, man? What's up? Okay. So, guys, listen. Yeah, Fletcher, you're a freak. Like, who the fuck is going through my old sermons? Like, I mean, they're good. Like, profound shit was said for sure. I mean, it's because it's just not me, right? It's just coming through. But yeah, I guess some of them would be great just because I was going through my awakening still, and so I was getting these downloads, and I was really excited about the downloads, and so I would be like going into certain streams that now I might not go into because it's like that shit happened 4 years ago. So yeah, so there were some good ones. Whatever. Yeah, Fletcher, that's right. Fletcher said it. We're building the new, yeah, that's it. Yeah, we're all building it. And all of us starseeds, we're all, light bearers, and we're all scattered across the world so that we can be that light energetically and physically wherever we are. We can be at service. And it's interesting, it's important that you guys work on yourselves and wake up, because when the other people in your neighborhood start to wake up and they go, wait a second, what the fuck's going on? They're going to need your help. Like, you got to understand, right? You guys are not, that listening to this, you guys are not beginners on the spiritual path. You have to understand that. Anybody, I'm not saying, oh, you guys have been listening to me, so obviously you're super advanced. Well, to a degree, yeah. Like you'd have to be at a certain level of like, because it's just, you wouldn't sit through fucking 2.5 hours of a guy ranting about how we're all one. If you weren't already reading the books and doing meditation, and it's just like, if you weren't on the path, you wouldn't be fucking 2.5 hours into this shit. So you're on the path. You're already on it. Okay, believe me. Compared to somebody who's literally in the matrix, working their asses off just to survive in the fear vibration, watching CNN for fucking 2.5 hours a night, you guys might as well be fucking enlightened masters, okay? You guys are high level motherfuckers. So you got to understand that you guys are going to be called big time to assist in the awakening of humanity in your local community. Trust me, people are going to be waking up, realizing this is all bullshit. Now, it's happening right now. People are going to realize the news is bullshit. All fear-based stuff is bullshit. And they're going to start asking questions like, what's going on? And you guys are going to be there to support them, to love them, to start little groups, whether they be meditation groups or, whatever, flying the community about educating them about the immune system, or however you're uniquely called to be part of the awakening. Everybody's different. You might be yelling at people to wake up, or flying people, or having conversations, or whatever. Whatever is you're called to do. But believe me, the awakening of the species is underway, and you guys will be used in that. So the more you heal, and the more you detox your body, and the more you read spiritual books, and the more you're able to be present in the moment, and all these things, the more you will be at service, the more you'll be used, the more you'll be able to be used by the self to help other beings. Also remember that we are one. You will be used. You know what I'm saying? Believe me, you will be used. We're entering a very busy period for all of us that are not under the spell anymore. Because everyone's coming out of the spell. The whole spell is collapsing now. And we have to be there to support people and hug them and say, hey, man, it's okay. You were in a dream. And you're waking up out of the dream, and it's okay. We're here for you. We love you. So be ready. Be ready. We will be used. Okay, guys. That was a long one, man. Holy shit. 2 hours and 25 minutes. That's something. So I love you guys. As you know, let's do a little prayer. I'm going to do it quick. I'm going to do a little blessing. Let's do a little blessing. Okay, everybody sit down. I haven't done one of these in a while. I was doing these before more. Then I just stopped. I don't know why. I think it's because I like the sound of my own voice, and I just rant and rant. I don't shut the fuck up. I even forget to do the Diksha. And you guys haven't been asking. You guys didn't ask. If you say, can we do it? I'll probably do it, right? You don't ask. Okay. Set your asses down. We're going to call in some holy energies. I'm going to rock your pants. We're all going to call other aspects, fully enlightened masters up there that are just floating around looking after us to blast the shit out of us. And it's going to rock our pants. And we're going to go on with our day. Because we all got shit to do, right? We all got some things to do. Okay, here we go. Take a breath. Get in your body. Set your intention to your higher self and all beings in alignment with the Infinite One Self Creator. That you are open to these divine energies that are now incoming. Without your permission, you will not receive anything, because I cannot violate your free will as an aspect of the Infinite One Self. But if you're in and you have the intention, let's rock this. Om Satchitananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Sri Bhagavati Sameta Sri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Satchitananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Sri Bhagavati Sameta Sri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Satchitananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Sri Bhagavati Sameta Sri Bhagavate Namaha. Sri Bhagavate 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 Namaha. Sri Bhagavate Namaha. Sri Bhagavate Namaha. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. May all beings remember the truth of their nature as the infinite one self, infinite one love, infinite one light, experiencing the self forever and ever and ever, beyond birth, beyond death, beyond time. May all beings remember. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Woo! Oh, feeling that good ass blessing. Oh, it hits me too. It's not just you guys. It hits me too. It's good. It's good. Okay, guys. Love you all. Probably. We'll be back next week. Don't tell anybody unless they're really ready to wake the fuck up. Because, let's be honest, the Sunday sermon is not for everybody. Love you guys. and see you on the flip side.